Hello everyone, hope you're good and your day is going well. You're welcome to my YouTube channel. And this is Thought Central with Uche, and my name is Uche Akoma. So this is what I do. So this is how it is. I talk about life-related issues which are designed to inspire a positive change by changing the narrative from my later corner. And this change of narrative I consider a process. You're welcome to my video. You're welcome to this channel. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. All right, you're the reason I keep churning out these videos every weekend. Okay, yes, by the way, I'm committed to uploading 2 videos in a week. Yes, it's not going to be just one video on Saturday, but I will be doing more videos as the Lord helps me. Okay, so today I'll be talking about something that is so relatable to singles. Yes, because I'm a single. I'm a happy single. Are you happy? Are you happy single? All right, so today I thought I should talk about something that has to do with singles and living as a single person or being single. Singleness. Yes, we live in a society where single life is seen as a taboo. Yes, it's seen as the worst thing that can happen to any human being on earth. And I think this is a Nigerian thing, maybe basically an African thing, because in the Western world, I don't think people in the Western world, singles in America, Europe, and in other places, really go through what we go through in Nigeria and Africa in general. But it's important that we realize that single life is a gift. Being single is a gift, and it is something that we should embrace. It's not something that we should feel bad about, no matter how the society looks at it, no matter how put down we feel because we are not married. You go to events and people say yes, with a couple, and you feel bad because you're not married. I have been in different situations where the emphasis on being married was laid, and it's something that I can relate to because I'm a single person. And by the grace of God, I'm 34. Yes, I'm 34 years old, going on 35. So it's not, I would say I'm a mature single, right? I can say I'm a mature single. Okay, so I'm 34 going on 35, and I have been on this earth for 34 years. Okay, so as an adult, when I started dating, I think in my first year in university, and so I've been in this dating game for more than 10 years of my life, and I've learned a lot of things. And so for me, this is just to encourage my fellow singles, especially ladies, that the society is always talking about your biological clock ticking. Some people are in my house. My sister has her friends around, and I really have to do this video. I must do this video because the spirit is willing and the flesh is weakening. So I have to do this video today. So please, I'll try as much as possible to be audible. At least let my voice be higher than your voices. Yes. Okay. So we will do this video today. So the thing is, like I said, single life is a season that we need to embrace with everything we have. We need to be happy about it. And I remember when I started the video, I said I'm a happy single, and really I'm a happy single. I'm not saying this to make you just to form, but it is true. I am happy being single. It's a season I enjoy so much. In fact, sometimes I feel that God would want me to achieve so much as a single person, wants me to do a lot in my single season, and every day I ask him for clarity and direction. Okay, that's by the way. So we shouldn't feel bad about being single. I was talking to a friend of mine some weeks ago, and she said she traveled home and she saw her brother's kids, her nieces and her nephews playing around, and she's long overdue to be out of that house, her family house. And I asked her, why are you so in a hurry? She said, "Which I want to get married. I'm tired of being single." And I'm like, okay, the way you're going, you may get it wrong. You may marry wrong. You may, because I sensed desperation. And the truth is, when you're desperate about getting married, there is a possibility of you getting it wrong. The generator has come on. Should I continue or should I stop? Okay, so I'll still try to be audible. We must do this video today. The atmosphere is kicking against this video, but we must do this video today. I must do this video today. So I'd say it's a season we need to embrace. It's a season we need to embrace. It's a season for preparation to get married. And the truth is, it's not all of us that will get married though. It's not every single that will get married. Okay? For some, they'll not get married till they die. For some, they'll not get married till Jesus comes. So it's important that we even come to realize that it's not everybody that will get married. It's not every single person that will get married. But the thing is, while you're single, what do you do? How do you maximize your single life? How do you make your single life enjoyable? How do you live a fulfilled and a fruitful single life? There's this book by distinguished Chinyere Anoke. I don't know her name now. She's married. Single, fruitful and fulfilled, SSF. How do you live your life as a single person and it will be fulfilling and it will be fruitful? It's important that we understand that this is a time we need to develop ourselves spiritually, mentally, socially, morally, intellectually. This is a time we need to give into self-development. Build yourself while you're still single. If you need to do some certifications, do certifications. If you need to do your masters, do your masters. Whatever you need to do to build yourself, to develop yourself, this is the time we need to do it, because we have the time. We have so much time on our hands. We don't have kids, we don't have husbands to cater for, mother-in-law, father-in-law to run around for and everything. This is the time we have. We are the CEO of our lives. We are the chief executive officers of our lives. So we have to make good use of this season, maximize it to our benefit. Okay, this is a time we also need to unlearn, relearn, and learn. Why do I say the time we need to learn, relearn, and unlearn? This is a time all the patterns we have had in the past, some unpleasant family patterns, certain things that we notice in our families, in our respective families, that we were not happy with growing up. This is a time we need to unlearn them. This is a time we need to unlearn the financial ideology we have. The pictures of marriage we had growing up that were not pleasant to us. If you had parents that were fighting and exchanging words every day, like Munyeji in Igbo land, it's possible that could affect you. So you need to unlearn. You need to get necessary help so that you don't carry that into marriage, where we have to come to understanding. And as a Christian, as a child of God, this is a time we need to get close to God, understand what He wants us to do while we're still single. Like I always say, that God did not create us to be born and for our parents to train us. We become adults, we get married, have kids, and die and return to Him. No, marriage is a fraction of life, is a part of life, it's not life itself. There is something that God saw in you and I, that He said, this lady has to come into this earth, this lady has to be born, and that is purpose. There's a reason God created you and I. There's something God wants us to achieve on earth. It's not just for us to get married, have kids, and have beautiful marriages, die and go back to Him. And so at every point in time, it's important that we realize that marriage is a fraction of life. Marriage is a part of life. It's not life itself. And so we cannot think, breathe, chew, and think about marriage all our lives. We have to develop other aspects of our lives and invest in other aspects of our lives. Education, business, career. Pursue your career. What do you like doing? What do you think that you are called to do? This is a time for us to pursue our careers. This is a time for us to pursue our passions. What are those things that God has deposited in you that need full expression? This is a time for us to give full expression to everything that God has deposited in us. We shouldn't wait until we are married, until we become Mrs. XYZ. Okay? This is a time for you to deal with the baggage. We have baggage. Is it trust issues? If you have anger issues and you need to go for therapy, please go for therapy by all means. There are people, there are sources, that are available to help us. You can go for counseling. This is a time we need to get ready for marriage so that we don't get into marriage and we are carrying baggage into the marriage. We go get into marriage and then we are frustrating the man that God has sent our way. Ladies, okay? I was looking at this, I thought it wasn't recording. So, brothers, you don't get into marriage and you're frustrating the woman that God has, given you. Okay? So, another thing is, socially, spiritually, the Bible says in 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 7 that I'm just paraphrasing, that the concern of a single person is to please the Lord. And in verse 33 it said the concern of married people is to please their wives and their husbands. So while we are still single, our concern should be after the Lord, serving the Lord in churches where we belong to, in our local assemblies, and serving people. We can look for organizations, we can volunteer, we can just, because we have time on our hands. There's a time to build meaningful relationships, beautiful friendships, because we'll marry our friends at the end of the day. We're not going to marry strangers. So all those guys that you have as your friends, there's a time to invest in friendships, meaningful friendships, valuable relationships. Okay, because these are the relationships that will serve you in your old age. These are the relationships and friendships that you build now that will serve you that will serve us in our old age. Let me not be saying you, because I'm also a single person. So this is a time that we need to build valuable and meaningful relationships and friendships as much as possible. Socially, I don't really have a social life, but right now I'm trying to build my social life, like go for events, very valuable events, meaningful events, and all of that. Develop yourself socially, mix up with people, network. It's very important because nobody's an island, so we can't just live on our own and be on our own. We need to interact with people. So this is the time we need to get out. If you're not the outgoing type, you may need to start going out. Go for events that will add value to your life. And please don't let pressure make you do what you wouldn't do under normal circumstance. The pressures are real. The pressures are real. The pressures are real. Thank God. Power is restored. The pressures are real. And it's important that you even deal with internal pressures. At some point in my life, I dealt with it because, when you finish school, uni, and you go for youth service and started working. So there is this expectation that at a certain age that you will get married, right? And when you attain that age, maybe from 28 or 25, and marriage is not happening, people begin to ask you questions. When are we doing our shebi? When are we coming to eat rice? When are we doing a lot of things? So I was at that stage of my life that those things were getting to me. And another thing, people around me were getting married. My friends from school, my colleagues at work, I was working then, even my core members, people I did my youth service with, friends from youth service, in church. Every Sunday, bands of marriage will be read in my family church. And you know what they say, that when something good is happening around you or in your neighborhood, is a sign that it's coming to you, that you experience that same good thing. So I was just so much thinking about marriage. So every guy that said hello to me or wanted us to go on a date already became a husband, became a potential husband. And at some point I had to ask myself this question. I had to have a conversation with myself, and I asked myself, Uchenna, why do you want to get married? I said, okay, I thought of all the reasons. Okay, I want to have kids on time. I want to get married and have kids on time, and at least by 40. At age 40, I should be done with kids, having kids, and face my life, face my career, face my husband and my children and everything. I want to, as my friends are getting married, my cousins are getting married. I gave myself reasons, but are those reasons enough for me to get married? And I thank God that I didn't even marry the time this thing was happening, because I met guys. There were guys that came that wanted to get married to me, even the Yahoo guy. If you have read my story on Instagram and Facebook, the story I shared about the guy, the Yahoo guy that claimed that wanted us to get married and said we would tell my parents that he is an importer of China phones and accessories. That's by the way. But there were guys that were coming to me at the time, and they were coming for marriage. But thank God that I did not accept to marry them at the time, because I would have made a mess of it. I probably would have been out of marriage now. I probably would have been divorced or separated by now. It's important that we even understand why we want to get married. Every day, in Lagos, I stay in Lagos. Wednesday, Thursday, there are days that you go to registry, Ikoyi registry, you go to the one in Ikeja and some other parts in Lagos State. People are being joined. Saturday is all one bear. People are getting married. But the question is, do these people know why they're getting married? I have a friend that got married sometime last month. And, we were very good friends, a guy. And when he told me he was getting married, things happened before then, but I was concerned about him. And I'll tell you why. Okay, so this guy, we were friends, and along the line, because of one thing, our values didn't align, our principles didn't align about, setting things, the basic things. We didn't agree on setting things. I let him go. Like, okay, since two cannot work together except they agree, so I let him go. And along the line, he told me that he got he had a girlfriend. I was okay, fine, that's good. And then he told me that the girlfriend is pregnant and that he's getting married. So I asked him, are you getting married to this girl because she is pregnant for you, or because you have looked at her and you consider her and you want to get married to her? And he said, I love her and all of that. I said, okay, fine. But I don't know, for a strange reason, I had a very strong burden in my heart. Like 3 days, 3 consecutive days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And Friday, it was just so strong that I called him. He didn't take my call. So Saturday, I didn't even know he was doing his traditional wedding or engagement, on Saturday. It was on Sunday that I saw his story. Yeah, his status on WhatsApp. He was married. I'm like, wow. I don't know why I had that strong burden in my heart on Friday, and I didn't know he was getting married on Saturday. But I was so concerned that maybe this guy is making a mistake. Every day people get married and they don't even know why they're getting married. They're getting married for the wrong reasons. And that is why at the end of the day, 2 weeks, a month, some years down the line, people are getting divorced. People are separating. Because when you know why you're getting married, your why will keep you. When you know the reason and the purpose of marriage, it will keep you even when everything is going wrong. Your why will keep you, will sustain you. And I also want to say that no marriage can survive if it's not built on the foundation of the author of marriage himself, God. No marriage can stand if it's not built on the foundation of the Word of God. And it is the wisdom of God that sustains marriages. I love you. He's nice to me. He's good to me. She's good to me. She has sacrificed so much for me. She's whatever. These things, there will be a time in the marriage that all these things we say or we claim will not hold water. But the wisdom of God and the grace of God, the pressures are really much. We hear things that are happening. The recent things, I don't want to start calling names or, referring to things, but every day we hear people talking about, their marriages, broken marriages online, on social media. People are calling their husbands out. People are calling their wives out. See, when the marriage is built on the foundation of God, who is the person that instituted marriage, it will stand. So why do you even want to get married? Single ladies, single men, brothers, why do you want to get married? Do you know the purpose for marriage? Do you know why you want to get married beyond having kids? And for singles, Christian singles, that the Bible says, yes, we should not have sex, premarital sex and all of that. Are you getting married to have sex? Are you getting married because you want to give your mother, your parents, grandchildren? Do you want to get married because of companionship? Because that is the purpose of marriage. God said, it is not good for a man to be alone. I will make him a helpmeet that is comparable to him. Are you getting married for companionship? Are you getting married to fulfill the purpose of God on earth? Because marriage is a lifelong covenant relationship between a man and a woman to fulfill the purpose of God. So when you are not sure of why you want to get married, you will get it wrong. And in no distant time, you will want to walk away. Reason we have people that are divorced today, because maybe one party does not understand, or both parties do not even understand why they are there. And they figure that they can't live together, they can't do this together. They have to go their separate ways. So ladies, sisters, brothers, single brothers, it's important that we even understand why we want to get married. And while we are still single, it's important that we enjoy it. Have fun with it. Do what you need to do. In this time, as I've shared earlier, build meaningful relationships. Develop yourself. Okay? And it will happen. If the will of God for your life involves marriage, marriage will happen for you. If it does not involve marriage, you may not get married. This is not me wishing anyone bad or saying, praying a bad prayer. But some people will not get married because the will of God for them, the plan of God for them, does not include marriage. But if the purpose of God for you, for your life, involves marriage, entails marriage, you will get married. And please, let's not put ourselves under pressure. Let's not put ourselves under pressure. Don't let the society put you under pressure. If you can't deal with this internal pressure of when will I get married, there's something wrong with me and all of that, and know that if it's God's will, it will happen. Then you will not be affected by the external pressure that comes from friends, from colleagues, from the society in general. So what I want you to take away from this video today is be encouraged. Embrace your single life, sisters, brothers. Embrace your single life. Embrace it. Enjoy it while it lasts. And maximize it. Okay, I believe I've said enough. I said it from my heart, and I believe that you find this very helpful. And if you have some concerns, you want to talk that has to do with your single life, living your single life, you may want to contact me. I am more than willing to talk to you. I will want to talk to you. If you want to talk to someone, if you're going through some challenges as a single person and you need to talk to someone, you need someone to talk to, please feel free to slide into my DM. I'm here for you. Okay, until I come your way again, my name is Uche Akomas, and this is Thought Central with Uche. All right, take care. Keep enjoying your single life. Don't let any pressure affect you. Please don't. By all means, stay away from people that put you under pressure. Team God, when no. Please don't let anyone put you under pressure. All right, bye and have a beautiful day.